And we would reflect also once it's really come down to it, there's no medicine, and any treatment is only to assist our own system to overcome the illness. So the best way is really to develop and strengthen our own inner immune system and inner defense system. That's really our best defense. And of course, it's easy to know as an idea, but if we don't have an effective way to do that, it's still, we don't know what to do. Fortunately, we have Qigong and Huagong, and we know the effect is extraordinary, unusual, and it really can make a big difference in the way we feel about ourselves, in the way we react to any kind of interference in our system, in the state of our health. And last time, when I talked about the how to reinforce, or the idea of reinforcing our Qigong practice during this crisis, I mentioned about 4 points. One is presence, one is body heat, one is saliva, one is breathing. And I didn't mention about connection. And that means that goes without saying. So it's actually on the basis of connection we can make all the other ones work, all the other factors begin to become relevant. So the most fundamental effect of doing the Qigong, the Huagong, is that we get connected. We connect to our inner essential energy, original essence of life, and we connect to the cosmic life force, the life energy, the living signal, where our life comes from. So there are 2 aspects of the connection. And once we are connected, we can realize the best within ourselves. All measures begin to make sense and will be effective. Now, how connections are made, how we can do that. Obviously, we learned so many ways to do it with our Huagong practice. And essentially, we need to take some gesture, mental or physical, or often finger gesture, and that will function as like a password or code, and that will take us through to our inner essential original reserve of life, the Jing, Qi, Shen idea, the lava liquid, the fire and light, fire and heat, and the light, the illumination. But this essential reserve of our body also applies to non-living things. So stone, when it realizes real nature, is lava, is liquid, and is fire, is burning, and it's illuminating, so it's light. But it doesn't have a life. So only connecting to our inner essential essence of the body is not enough. We also need to connect to what makes us a living being, a living human being, which is a cosmic life signal of the prenatal life force, the living signal that we talk about. The element that make our body a living being, a living human being, and that is not from ourselves, not from our own body. It is given from the cosmos, it's given by Mother Nature, it's given by the Tao or God or whatever we call it. Now, we'll get into some practice to reinforce all these ways that we may have learned already, and to have a practice together with the linked-in state with the advantage and the fortunate availability of the modern technology. Through the Zoom, you can see me and hear me. So that's a great asset to be utilized. But if you really think about it, you actually don't really see me. You see an image of me, a digitalized image of me. How about the connection without it? Now you can see the appearance of me, but you can't see my thought. You can't see my mind. You can't see all the information that I want to share with you, and the energy that I embody and want to pass on to you. If I stop talking, you wouldn't hear me. Unfortunately, the true communication, the true connection is beyond visibility and audibility. And that's the real thing that we want to log on to, we want to connect to. It's beyond vision and beyond hearing. Now, we can start to do some practice with getting in touch with our inner essential energy. Get in touch with our Zhixing, get in touch with our essential body fluid and body heat, warmth, inner fire, and body light. The easy operation would be to start with our hands. So we do some exercise with our hands, which we use the most and have the habit of using our hands to do things. And we work out the energy from our hands, and we can activate the energy in our whole body. Now, I'm now sitting relatively close to the camera, so I will show the way that we're going to do the hands exercise. Now, basically, we try to break down our hands to different parts. So you have the palm, you have the fingers, 5, including the thumb. So there's 2 parts. Then we have different fingers, that's 5 parts. Then the palm can be 3 parts, the middle bit, the meaty bit along the small fingers, the meaty bit along the thumb, or even more, the bit that go into the fingers go into the palm, so that's the upper bit of the palm, and the lower bit the fingers don't go into, there's another part. Then between the fingers, if you link in the 2 hands, you can put the palms together, you can put the fingers together with the tips, you can put all the fingers together between the lines, and we can put some of the fingers together, others out of the way. So all different combinations. And you can come to the nails too. So by the time we activate the different aspects, part of the palm, and the hands will be very much warmed up, activated in terms of energy. Also, it contains the idea that the real energy is not in the physical block, not in the physical part. the substantial bit, is in the space. The space, it's hard to see the hands as empty, but it's easy to see the space between the parts of the hands is empty. The space between the parts. So by the time we break down the space more and more, and the energy aspect is fully activated. So we start from here, and we go into some exercise which might lead to some meditation. So now I will sit back more so I can get into a more fully active state of energy, which will also help us to get into a similar state. So I take a sitting position so that I don't worry too much. I might go out of the range of the camera. But you feel free. You can feel free to do whatever, standing, moving around is all okay. Okay, so first, whole palm. Palms and fingers. Right. If you feel getting uptight, you can take a pause and then carry on. Could be with a little bit clapping. Like the hands are attracted to come together. But it's not too loud for you. See, from the hands, it can come through to the whole body. So we rub wood for fire, when the flame come up, it's from the whole wood. Not only from the surface, it starts from the surface, but the fire is from the whole piece of wood. So this is also an illustration of the way that we do this exercise. Start with physical touch, and eventually the qi gets activated. Then you see, I want to do the same. It's as if I can't do it. Of course I can force it, but it wouldn't be natural, it wouldn't be right for the same approach. But the way we started wouldn't lead to it. Now, I would feel I come up to a point, come to the hands back together in the same way as I did. Hopefully, if you don't feel it, you do more. You can do more clapping and rubbing. So I stay here a little bit for you to catch up if necessary. I follow my feelings and as if I'm doing the same as before, but it's not happening in the same way. When the flame comes up, it can't touch the wood. We can, but it's not appropriate. And also no need to do it. But if I insist to do it, if I still really want to do it, it's end up touching in a different way. Touch me in some place needs more activation, or could be activated more with the energy. So now only the palm part, especially the lower bit, you can put them together in the way they attract and wind it up by twisting so they are in closer contact, and then do the rubbing like before. Quite firm and strong, but not using a muscle stretch, just closeness, close engagement, close contact. Rub straight to and fro, or some grinding, circling. The flame, the fire goes through the whole body. Again, up to a point I would feel I can't even put only the palms together. It becomes not possible. The intention of putting the palms together would end up a different movement, a different way of keeping contact with the two hands. Yeah, because my intention is to still keep on putting the hands together, so I find I can put them together in another way and aspect. Another part of the hands can still be putting together and rubbed physically. So interweave all the fingers, tighten, squeeze, open up, straighten up, and pull up quite firm and strongly. Strong. Again, the heat can be permeated through the whole body, and it's activating from starting with the hands and goes through the whole body. Feel the airiness out of the space between the fingers. You might feel a lot of tightness between the knuckle joints and with the bones of the fingers. So it is some free response, free reaction to loosen up, download, get rid of some dusty, misty, smoky energy, and in a way facilitate the air, the fire to go out. This means when I'm doing this, I'm not doing another movement. I'm doing the same. I'm just thinking of putting the hands together like before. The movement would come out differently. All right. Each bit of this part of the reaction, by the time we feel we can't put the hands together back in the same way, can be carried on for a long time, but with the intention of doing a very thorough workout with the hands, So I'm still trying to find new ways of putting the hands together so that more activations can be done. Now I find I can put the small finger side, thumb side, this bit, the meaty bit of the hands together, and along with the thumb and small finger a little bit. Again, can't put together now. If I really try, the meaty part of the thumb, head on, rubbing straight or some circling, closely engaging and feel it's great heat on the gut. It smooths the skin. The small finger side of the meaty part of the hands or palm. Again, in the same way, I can't touch the hands. So when we rub, we're looking for that point. When we rub wood, we look for the points that the fire comes, flame comes. The root of the fingers, the knuckle joints of the fingers are on the front part. Central line of the palm going into the finger bit. Again, ease the tension between the fingers, especially the knuckle joints of the fingers. Make sure the thumbs are moving as well as the other fingers. If done effectively, again I can put the hands together in the same way like previously. I'm still looking for ways, the possibility that our friends might be able to touch each other. Divide the fingers into two groups. Ring finger, small finger, index finger, mid finger. Some join them. Divide from the middle. If you can't do this by the time you put them together, then they be regulated. Some rubbing between. Or simply together, squeeze a bit and pull out. Squeeze, pull out. Try to contact the skin closely. Pull out. Good exercise for the brain as well as to the bones. See, I expected I couldn't put them together, but I didn't have to, so I carried on. Not enough. Come close and then, attract it. Come close and attract it. Could alternate, but not necessary. Now, I'll put them together. But if I force to put them together, they will turn away. Their energy too strong. They will reject. And they go too far, the attraction comes, so they would interact. Like a spinning kind of energy. Spinning is the way the planet moves. As time is space. The rotation kind of movements. The rest of the four fingers separate this gap. Where we can touch indicates the energy in that aspect is still weak, not quite activated enough or unactivated. Last time we talked about body heat. You see, it's make the body very hot and sweaty. Doesn't feel like a lot of exercise. Like very simple hands movement, but it's actually creates a deep heat. Put the skin a bit, make it smooth. Use the thumb, the end bit. And do some rubbing in the gap. Up and down, front throat, straight, and circling in this gap between. The division between the hands, front part of the hands, and the back of the hands, like just on that line. This running like this exactly is difficult, so we can use one hand to rub one side, then change sides. And similarly, the division, the line between the front and the back of the hand, on the thumb side. Again, same way, can't touch. And the thumb and small finger, they can be out of the way, give way. 3 fingers in the middle, and up. Like rubber with a fire, it needs to be quick. The frequency speed needs to be. So that's why some strength will be required. So we do like this, and the wood in the dust and no fire. It needs to be. Again, I'm just thinking of putting the hands together in the same way previously. It wouldn't happen. So the movements come out is a result of a spontaneous reaction. It's like an unfolding. Okay. Make the skin firm and smooth. And downwards and circling. Back to back. Touch, 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 touch. Try to touch in the same way. Oh, it happened, I can't touch it. It's flame. It's flame. Qi come out. The interaction of the qi become the way to make contact. It means I'm still trying to touch the hand in the same way previously. Without physically touching is already touched. This means I'm still sensing, is there any part of the hands that I can still touch physically? I'll put them together physically by that part. No. And then we're more fully into a qi state. Qi is fully activated, starting with the hand. And now we can keep on the connection of the two hands through the qi and with the intentional awareness of allowing the qi activation to go through the whole body. You want to feel a similar effect is extended through the whole body, through our whole system.